Hey, it's Crystal Cooks, and I am making chicken and dumplings today. So I'm going to do some prep work, and then we'll be back to get everything started. Okay, so at this point, most of my prep is done. It's time to start chicken. So now that our butter's melted, put our chicken breasts in. Season the other side of our chicken. I'm eyeballing this. This is my sourdough starter, and it has almost completely doubled. And it's been like 2 weeks since I started feeding it again after it got to sleep in the fridge for a long time. I think I have the next 2 days off. Might make sourdough tomorrow. I'm gonna give this just another minute or two, and then I'm gonna flip them. We're not trying to cook the chicken, we're just trying to crisp the outside, and then it'll rest while the veggies cook. And then once we get a soup-like consistency going, we'll put the chicken back in to finish cooking later. Should look like that. Pull our chicken out, even though it's not done, and that's okay. Then we're going to take some butter, clean up what we've got going on here. Melt our butter in here. Scrape everything up off the bottom that we can. Which is not a lot because not a lot went on in there. I'm going to throw in garlic. So, there's our veggies in, but that's just plain veggies, and I don't like that. We're gonna let those cook down. Right now I'm just making sure that all of my carrots and onions and garlic are coated in seasonings and butter, and I'm just gonna let them kind of just simmer in the bottom of the pan. I picked this up to show it to you, and it's even more than it was. I just went ahead and threw a stick of butter in the freezer. When I make my sourdough, I always shred a stick of butter into the final fold as I shape it when it sits in the Banneton overnight. So we'll see. I'm about to have to use that. All right. You want it to kind of look kind of pasty-like. Add just a little bit more. I'd rather have just a bit too much than not enough, and then it doesn't thicken well. So I have already pre-mixed to together 4 cups of water and chicken broth flavoring, like bouillon. And we're just gonna slow add, we're gonna make a mess, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna slow add this in so it has a chance to thicken, because you want it thick. You want it thick and creamy. And if it gets too thin, add more flour. But you want to go slow so you can control that thickness. Oh, it's like mashed potatoes. I'm going to take this out of here. Slow me down. And just fold that broth in real slow. Because the slower you do it, the creamier it is. Get back to that mashed potato-y status. Make sure you're scraping down the sides, because your flour from earlier will have lined the pot, and you want to incorporate everything. I don't use celery in mine because I don't like celery. I'll use green beans. I'll replace the celery with green beans, but I don't like to cook the green beans in the pan with it. They cook much faster than the carrots and the onions do, and I don't want them to fall into bits and pieces before I get to eat it. You need all this liquid because you're gonna steam the dumplings later that go into it, and it's gonna use some of that liquid up. So you don't want to go too thick, or your dumplings will bake instead of steam, and then they won't be soft, they'll be stiff. Alright, we're gonna add green beans now. I've already drained my green beans from rinsing and all that. Stir them green beans in. My husband enjoys large cloves of garlic, so I'm going to have some fairly large cloves of garlic, and they're going to go straight into chicken and dumplings. I'm going to cube up this chicken, and it is going to go straight into this pot. Directly into our pot. Now we're going to make some from scratch dumplings. 2 cups smash it out. Okay, that should all mix up into this shaggy dough. Just a shaggy dough. Okay. So now you're gonna just boop, 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 boop. I just put a little bit of liquid on top because you want them to be a little wet. You don't want them, you know, submerged, but you want them a little wet. You're going to bring that heat up just a smidge. Just a smidgy. Put this on. You're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. Do not lift this lid in that 15 minutes. So I ended up adding 5 extra minutes to it, so it ended up being a 20-minute. But you just want to be able to check inside, and they're cooked all the way. And then you just turn it off. And I'm going to eat this now. See you next time.